But that happened on September, did I say 5th? Yeah, September 5th, 2014. Okay, keep that in mind, just put that off to the side. Okay, so going back, there was 3/11/2014, this encounter. I prayed every day for 14 months. When's this going to happen? On May 18, 2015, 3 years, 11 months. I'm like, of course. Finished the school year, then quit. That happened on October 20th, 2011. When I finished the school year and quit and received my last paycheck, 5 years before that Tom Petty dream, August 1st, 2012, when I would have reported back to school for pre-planning, I'm on a jet flying to Boston, Massachusetts. The conference was 4 days long, August 1st through August 4th. I flew back on the 5th. The morning of the 6th, I had a dream, and it was a song, just repeated over and over and over and over and over and over. Do you think, do you know, do you not know the things that will blow us away? It was over and over and over. I'm like, interesting. But I immediately recorded it so I could have the melody on my voice recorder. That's what I was dreaming. Okay, so I realized what the 3 years, 11 months was. It was 3 years and 11 months from the Greatest Awakening Conference in Boston, August 1st through August 4th, 2012. That would put me at 4th of July weekend, 2016, July 1st through 4th, Friday through Monday. I knew on Monday, 4th of July, I was to drive back up to New England. I wasn't sure what was going to happen the first 3 days, July 1st through 3rd. But I knew on the 4th day, July 4th, I had to be back in New England. Well, time passes. And now it's April 2014, and I wasn't sure. I was thinking there's stuff that's going to happen on Stone Mountain. I was really thinking the Stone Mountain thing in my own story was going to happen then. And now I'm realizing, no, it happened 2 weeks ago with this other John Perkins. Bam, there you go. I didn't go to Stone Mountain. In fact, I was thinking Stone Mountain so much, I'm on the internet, and then I get this email from Neil Morse. And I hadn't kept up with him in a couple of years, but now he's doing progressive rock festivals outside of Nashville, near his home. And it was going to be the 3rd annual Morse Fest. It's called the Morse Fest. He never called it that. He's too humble to call it that. His drummer, Mike Portnoy, called it the Morse Fest, and it stuck. So he's like, okay, I guess it's the Morse Fest. The first year he had it, it fell in September. The second year he had it, November. This year it was going to fall July 1st through 3rd, 2016. And I read it and I'm like, ah, crap! I want to go to that. Damn, I got this other thing going on. Man, I was so want to go to that, but I got this other July 1st through 4th thing going on. I can't go to that. But then, as another week or two passes, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, maybe this is what I'm supposed to go to. Maybe it's not the Stone Mountain thing. Maybe I'm supposed to go up to Nashville to this Morse Fest. Ladies and gentlemen, the tickets went on sale on 3/11. It was going to be 2 nights, a Friday night and a Saturday night, and then Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday at noon. He was going to, anyone who wanted to join him for worship he's going to worship and baptisms. Okay? Because most people who come to see Neil, they're not into that type of thing. Okay, so and he understands that. He's cool with that. But for the first time ever, he was getting back together with his old band, Spot Spirit. And for one night only, for the first time ever, they were going to do Snow, both CDs. The album was released in 2002. For the first time ever, they were going to perform it July 2nd, 2016. 3 years and 11 months from Neil's 52nd birthday. His birthday's August 2nd. And 3 years and 11 months for me being up in Boston. Interesting. And then as I became more and more convinced, I think I'm supposed to go. See, when I put the Song of Solomon in the music, when I was saying, God, can this be like a concept album, kind of a concept worship thing or whatever? And the whole time I'm thinking Neil. And everything came to me in about 5 weeks. And then, like a week or two after I knew I was supposed to finish the school year and then quit, I'm listening to the Snow album by Spot Spirit. And I'm listening to it. And I'm in my car and I'm praying, God, if I ever put the Song of Solomon in the music, if it's ever recorded, if it's ever recorded, I have it on music, I play it, but if it's ever recorded, can I work with Neil? Can Neil do this? Can I just give it to Neil and let Neil do this? Can he produce it? And I just broke down weeping. And ever since then, I knew I was supposed to meet Neil Morse. I had never met him. One of my favorite artists since 1999. And I'm like, I haven't met him yet. I've never seen him in concert. I've never been. But I knew I was supposed to go up there July 1st through 3, 2016. And then I started thinking, oh, wait a minute. The second disc on Snow, disc number 2, it's got a song on there called 4th of July. And a friend looked at it. He said, interesting. I like, what? He said, did you see how long the song lasts? 3 minutes and 11 seconds on the Snow CD. It's just like, okay. And that's the second song on disc 2. So it's called 4th of July. And then suddenly I remembered, oh, wait a minute, because I've always wondered about this. Well, no, I didn't, because I didn't hear it for years. There was something about when my daughter ran away, and my wife is like just totally zoning out and in and out of Beechford, and me and my anger and just my world coming apart. And then I buy the Snow CD by Spot Spirit, and I'm like, this music is so phenomenal. It's hitting me. It's hitting me really deep. It's like, this is phenomenal. It's like everybody needs to hear this. It was so incredible. They've turned it into a rock opera, by the way. I didn't know this until 3 or 4 years ago, because I started looking it up. So in New Hampshire, the University of New Hampshire turned it into a rock opera, which by the way was confirmation for me, because I'm like, when you go to the second CD, so the first CD is going on. It's about this 17-year-old who leaves home.
Wow. That's funny.
He's an albino. And they called him Snow. He's albino. Right? And he goes to New York City. And I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a minute. But he ends up, I won't tell you how, but he ends up ministering to the homeless and the addicts. And he's not a Christian, but and to the prostitutes, to the street. And then the first disc ends. The second disc, it opens 2 years later. So he has this big following But an overture, the overture of an opera or whatever, is an instrumental piece. And many times there's bits and pieces of the songs that are the melodies that you're going to hear later. Well, this thing has two overtures. So it has an overture, and then on CD2 it's the second overture. So each CD starts with an overture. And towards the end of that second overture, the music, it doesn't die down, it just comes down just a notch, and all of a sudden you hear this, starting right around the 2:45 mark or so, out of this speaker you hear a newscaster. So they're talking about the snow character, and it's pushing the story along 2 years later, okay? That's what it is. And then you hear a newscaster out of this speaker. Two different newscasters doing similar but two different stories, and the music's blasting. And so, but at the 3:03 mark, you hear the guy's name. And it's not in the lyrics. Yeah, I mean, the lyrics are phenomenal, the artwork's phenomenal and all that, but it's not in the lyrics because it's not a song. It's an instrumental piece. These are just newscasters speaking, pushing the story along, but it's not, so when you read the lyrics, there is no lyrics to that song because there's no singing in the song. Hold on a second. Wait for it. Almost there. I just want to pull out here. And then let's make this brighter. Okay, now, keep this in mind. At the end of the 3:03 mark, you hear the guy's first name, and then right at 3:04 you hear his last name. So the 3:03 is almost done, and so you hear the guy's first name, and right at the 3:04 mark you hear his last name. The 3:03 mark, you hear John Goss, otherwise known as Snow. And when I first heard it years ago, because I mean, I'd been listening to it for years, and I'm like, this is so good. And then one day I'm driving along, and I'm like, did they just say John Goss, otherwise known as Snow? You only hear one of the two newscasters say his name. And I'm like, but the music's going, so it sounded like Goss, but is that really, you know? And I can never find it on the internet. I'm looking, I'm scrolling, and it's not there. And then I finally forgot about it. And now, 4th of July weekend's coming up. You have the Morse Fest happening. He's getting together with his old band Spockspirit, and for the first time ever, they're doing the entire Snow album in concert. And then it's a song right before 4th of July, which is 3 minutes and 11 seconds long. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's that. And I found it. The guy's name really is John Goss. And he's this white albino who has this psychic gift.
White albino.
He's a 17-year-old white little albino. His name's John Goss. He has a psychic gift. So yes, John Goss is a psychic. Okay. Yeah. And he had healing in his hands. They were talking about, he's a psychic with healing in his hand. And oftentimes I feel like healing power in my hands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, now get this. See, now this may freak you out. This